What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I'm reviewing something a little bit different than what I usually review, the private label sneaker duffel bag. Thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. Make sure to give me a follow on Instagram and on Twitter at @RealSethFowler if you haven't yet. But with all that being said, let's get into it. So over the last year, as most of you guys know, I've been traveling a lot for sneaker cons, which has been a blessing and kind of a curse because I love the event, I love meeting you guys, I love checking out new places, but the traveling side of things is always a bummer. I've always used this Adidas duffel bag for most of my clothes and my shoes and whatever it is that I'm bringing to the events. A lot of times I'll throw my camera in here too, which can be a bit dangerous because it's not really padded at all. It's kind of just like mesh. Nothing against that bag, but for me, when I'm carrying around expensive sneakers and computer equipment and cameras and all sorts of good stuff like that, I want a bag that's a little bit more durable. A few months ago, I heard about a brand called Private Label that specifically makes bags for sneakers, which I thought is the coolest thing, and I was intrigued, to be honest, so I had to check them out. So I'm gonna try and structure this review the same way I structure my sneaker reviews, except this time around, it's a little bit bigger than a pair of sneakers. So without further ado, here it is, the Private Label sneaker duffel bag. So the first thing that really drew me to this bag is that it's actually carry-on approved by the TSA, so you can actually bring this with you onto the airplane. You don't have to check it. And for me, that's kind of a big deal because a lot of times planes charge for checking your bags. But really the main reason that's so important to me is because I don't want my expensive sneakers and camera equipment and laptops and things like that, everything that I don't want stolen or damaged. So being able to bring this bag with me onto the plane, I'm able to keep an eye on it the entire time. Just throw it up above my seat and I'm pretty much good to go. So if I need to edit something during the flight, I can just reach up and grab my laptop or whatever the case may be. But that was a really big selling point for me. Another thing I really liked about this bag is the materials. So this particular bag is the limited edition bomber jacket variant of the duffel bag, and I think it's really sick. One, because I love bomber jackets, and two, because this material is really nice. I don't know if you guys could tell that I was trying to match, but the entire exterior of the bag is covered in this bomber jacket material that feels really nice to the touch and also feels very durable. I took this back with me from SneakerCon Toronto where I grabbed it, and honestly, like, there really aren't any scuffs on it as of yet, but it could just be that I was really careful with it. Not only that, but the straps that they use do feel really durable. It's kind of like seatbelt material. And just like any other duffel, if you don't want to carry it around by the handle, you can also attach a strap that's included. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. They embroidered Private Label on the padding, which is a really nice touch. Here's another little design detail that you guys might like. They actually included a red remove before flight tag, just like what you used to find in some of the old Nike foams, some of those really limited releases. And then on the other side, it says Private Label, which is cool. This is actually a nice pop of color on the outside of the bag, and if you don't like it, you can remove it obviously, but it kind of shows that you're a sneakerhead because most sneakerheads know what this means. On the sides of the bag, you also have these pockets with magnetic clips. You can throw your laptop power cable or your snacks or whatever it is that you want to throw in the outside pockets of your bag into there. And then on the back, you've also got this quick access pocket for your boarding passes, things like that. Also, it's got this nice orange detail, which you'll actually notice when I open the bag, but that's one of my favorite parts of this bag, that sort of pop of color that you're about to see. And finally, before we get inside the bag, I just want to point out that all the little clasps and clips and things like that, they're all metal. A lot of the backpacks and bags that I've used in the past use plastic hardware, which really wears out very quickly. This should last you a long time, and it does feel beefier, so it has this more premium feel, which I like. And then the zippers are also embossed with the Private Label logo. Okay, so getting to the best part of the entire video, the reveal of the inside of the bag. The entire inside of the bag, at least on this particular colorway of the bag, is all orange, which I think is sick. It's this crazy pop of color, and it's something that a lot of bomber jackets actually have, that sort of pop of color on the inside of the collar. I think it's a really cool touch. Orange usually isn't my favorite color, but when it's paired with something like black that's pretty neutral, I think it looks really clean. On the top part of this zippered flap, you've got the Private Label logo with limited edition written underneath in white. You've also got a couple zippered pockets for any of your sort of miscellaneous cables, things like that. Maybe your Bluetooth speakers. I don't know what you're gonna throw in there. And then of course, the reason we're all here, the main sneaker compartment. Now, as you could probably tell, this is mainly for example purposes because I'm not gonna be traveling with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pairs of sneakers and no clothes. But hey, if you have a separate bag and you wanna throw all your clothes in there and then bring 5 or more pairs of sneakers with you, you could do that with the Private Label bag. So the most interesting part about this bag is that this entire main compartment, when you first get it, is completely empty. And they actually give you these dividers that are Velcro that you can strap onto the sides of the bag, so you can change the different compartments inside the bag itself. That's super useful because it allows you to accommodate different shoe sizes, different compartments for different types of clothing or accessories or whatever the case may be. For me, when I go to something like SneakerCon or I travel out of town, I usually bring 2 pairs of sneakers and then my camera and my laptop. And this is perfect for that because it allows me to have 2 compartments for my sneakers so they're not rattling around, getting scratched up or banging against each other. And then also having a separate compartment for my camera and my lenses, so again, they won't be rattling around and getting broken during travel. And then a really cool touch is that they actually already have a slot for your 15-inch laptop computer. So I have a 16-inch MacBook, which I think is the biggest MacBook size at the moment. If you have like an Alienware or something like that, it might not fit in this pocket. But if you have a 15-inch computer or smaller, it'll fit in this pocket, no problem. It's got great protection, it's padded on both sides. And because this bag was designed specifically for sneakers, you can fit a bunch of pairs in here. Like I said, I have 5 in here. If you have smaller feet, you might be able to fit more. Or, I mean, honestly, even if I packed more shoes in here, I could probably fit a couple more pairs regardless. If you have bigger feet, like size 13 to 14, you could actually probably fit the same amount of pairs, to be honest. But I got all sorts of sneakers in here right now. I've got the Reigning Champ Ultra Boost. I got the My Adidas Rainbow Ultra Boost. I've got the Kith Ultra Boost. You guys can tell I love Ultra Boost because I have 3 pairs in here. And then I've got the Yeezy 750, which probably size-wise is the biggest pair of sneakers that I have, other than like Tim's or something. And they fit with no problem. And then finally, my favorite pair of sneakers that I own in the middle pocket, the Off-White ones signed by Virgil. These are so clean. I love these shoes. But because you can change around the different compartments of the bag, it's super versatile, so you can fit pretty much whatever you want into the bag. One cool accessory the Private Label actually includes with the purchase of your bag is this sneaker pouch. It's an extra little zippered pouch that you can put inside the pockets if maybe you don't want to get the sides of your bag dirty or whatever the case may be. Inside it, I've got my Zebra Yeezys because I just wore them in the rain and they're a little dirty, so I don't want to dirty up my bag. A cool detail on this is that it actually has these ventilation holes in the bottom, so if your feet stink, when you open it up, it won't be a total stink bomb explosion. You'll have some ventilation so your shoes can hopefully get rid of some of that nasty foot smell. But overall, this Private Label sneaker duffel bag is actually super versatile. It's great for traveling. It's great for me in particular because I can carry my equipment and my shoes with no problem, no fear of them getting jostled or broken or anything like that. As for pricing, this bomber version of the bag retails for $140 on privatelabelnyc.com. I think there are 3 other colorways of the bomber version of the bag, one in maroon, green, and I think a camo one. There are also different material options for the bag that have different interior colors, things like that. I think the most expensive bag on their website is $150, and you can buy cheaper bags than the one that I got. But this is my personal favorite because I love the color, I love the material that they used, and I'm stoked on it. That's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know what you think of the Private Label duffel and what colorway is your favorite. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to me, Seth Fowler, if you want to see more content just like this, and follow me in all other forms of social media. The links will be in the description below.